Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go in the ring right here. You have the tub of lard, MMA Guru. Next to him, the stick of butter, MICK PARKIN. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something you may not know. The MMA Guru right here, the big tub of lard, his cousin is none other than the stick of butter, MICK PARKIN. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And Tom Aspinall is not saying anything to Dana White. This stick of butter, MICK PARKIN, went all the way through the Dana White Contender Series, not telling anybody that his cousin is the MMA Guru, and who would? But Jon Jones might want to know that information. Let me tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Jon Jones was cage side, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. Jon Jones, cage side, checking out the MMA Guru, who didn't have anything to say to Jon Jones. There it is. Greatest referee of all time, ladies and gentlemen, right here, Andrew Glenn. The big stick of butter right here, that's MICK PARKIN, the cousin of the MMA Guru. Right here, coming around, the MMA Guru, the big tub of lard. That's right. What a fight we have on our hands here, people. Looking on Jon Jones. Jon Jones, thanks to Simon Feck, 1 foot cock. The Crow and the Pro here. Croatia. Jon Jones thanks Simon Feck for the information. Nina Drummond needs to thank Simon Feck for the information that the Sewer King is Jose Youngs from MMA Fighting on SBN. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The big tub of lard, the MMA Guru, the big stick of butter, the shitty fighter MICK PARKIN is the cousin of the MMA Guru. Tom Aspinall is not going to get the big fight because he became friends with the MMA Guru. It's funny that Tom Aspinall has been training with MICK PARKIN since 2019 and doesn't know that MICK PARKIN is the cousin of the MMA Guru. Of course he knows. Remember the time when Tom Aspinall was like, oh yeah, oh, I've seen your stuff, MMA Guru. Yeah, I kind of, this is almost like just a year, 6 years after fighting, training with MICK PARKIN. Tom Aspinall doesn't know that MICK PARKIN is the cousin of the MMA Guru? How did MICK PARKIN get in the UFC? Dana White, do you know that MICK PARKIN is the cousin of the MMA Guru? Jon knows because Simon Feck told him. Tom Aspinall is not being truthful. Why don't you be truthful, Tom Aspinall, and tell Dana White, oh yeah, by the way, I just kind of forgot to tell you that that I'm training, been training underneath me since 2019, the cousin of the MMA Guru, and is probably not going to get the fight squared away with Jon Jones because I'm friends with the MMA Guru. And then the guy who trains underneath me is the cousin of the MMA. Have you seen the videos that MMA Guru did on Jon Jones? Yeah. That's why Jon Jones has money. Jon Jones, I applaud Jon Jones for sticking up and not taking the big money to serve a point. Dana White, you're not getting Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall because of the stuff going on that you might not know about. And by the way, Dana White only hires bald people. I mean, look at this. John Anik, Joe Rogan, DC. Look at Dana White himself. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, the stick of butter, MICK PARKIN, right here, the big tub, the MMA Guru. The guy's been losing weight for 7 years, probably more than that, and he seems to be getting bigger. I mean, his age. We've been doing a little bit of study on the MMA Guru. The width of the camera, you can see behind it, yeah, everything's the same, but there's less space on each side of him. The man is getting bigger. We got some stuff coming out. Right when the MMA Guru gets over to this country, we're going to be putting some stuff out on him.